You're good.
Oh, we're good to go. We're live now, so we
Yeah.
can start. Okay. Hey, we're back at Hoagie's Garage on a Monday night.
Monday.
Monday night. Had to switch her up a little bit. Bud's busy. I'm busy. You're going fishing.
Yep.
So, anyways, Monday night. So, like we normally do, I like to run through our sponsors. Got Hero Haven. Got to thank them guys just for everything that they do. It's just incredible. Heartland Hardware and Appliance in Brandon, South Dakota. George and Hayward in Iowa. Fulkins Brothers Trucking. Got to thank them for what they do for us and what they do for racing in general. Kaiser Aluminum Wheels. Pretty much everything you need for racing wheels. They got them. Turn 2 Lodge in Knoxville. You need a place to stay? Look it up. I don't know the number offhand, but I'm sure you can Google it, right?
Sure.
Okay. Houston Speedway. Big week coming, bud. Huge week.
One more week of normal.
Normal, yeah.
And then the High Banks National
Yep.
and everything
So,
else
next
that they
week.
call it.
Yep,
So,
High Banks,
Yep.
What's the first one?
I don't know.
The Hustle. High Banks Hustle.
There you go.
Is that the first one?
I don't know.
Yeah, let's
Brendan,
go with
do you
that.
know, is that the first one?
Houston Hustle, I something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We had it pretty
Sometimes-
close. We're pretty close. anyway.
Sometimes we gotta bring the guy on so
But-
that
Well,
help us out.
You said you were going fishing. I mean, are we going fishing in the cooler or what's going on here?
I'll explain here in a little bit.
We'll get to that after that.
I think they call that bobbing for apples.
Something like that. S2F, start to finish. They got Power Eye, lots of other tracks, Port City. What else they got going on in the next week, bud?
Looks like April 11 they have the Tulsa Speedway and Port City, and then on April 12 Port City again. And I wish I could read these better. It look like
You want my glasses?
Well, it's just that they all blend in. It's like Crook County or something like that. April
You
12.
have their pink readers on?
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh, well,
They have a lot. On April 12th alone, they have 4 different races, and then April 13th they have the Millstream Speedway. So that's
Okay.
Power High, and yeah, they have a ton of races this week.
Of course, then we got to go with my race pass. One of them things you got to have if you're into racing.
Absolutely.
It's got everything you need to know. Heck, you can listen to the announcers from a lot of different tracks now. Something new they put in a while back. Morning Sun Marketplace. Great big flea market out in central Pennsylvania with Rick and Sue Fritz. Mount Tabor Cabinetry, our other sponsor from out in central PA. Need some cabinet work done if you're out in that area. Get a hold of Chris Fissel. Yep, there we got it right. Got his sweatshirt on tonight, boy. We're supporting. And then Rapid Graphics out of Rock Rapids. If you need your cars lettered up, you need signs made, whatever you got, he can get it done for you.
All right. Is that it, Tope?
I think I didn't make marks, but I think I covered them.
All right, here we go. Hey, we're back at Hoagie's Garage, and we got Brendan Mullen on. How you doing tonight?
Living the dream, you guys?
Oh, man.
Sitting here talking racing. Planning on getting educated here in a little bit from this gentleman we got on tonight.
Yeah, call someone else.
Life is going to be good.
Yeah, I just got done with town council meeting and walk in the door and bam, we're going.
Bud's already smart at them council meetings.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't allow me in those things.
Well, when you're a town of 250, if you're willing, you pretty much get voted in. So.
You even mentioned that you're.
Jail though.
Oh. Yeah.
So what have you been up to lately, other than racing? Do anything fun at all, or?
Just working. Work, you know, that's like all of us do, all of us guys, you know, you just race all weekend and work your ass off all week, try to get this thing together, and
Yeah.
about it, yeah.
What is work? What do you do?
So I'm actually, I'm doing some maintenance for a real estate company to some properties, and then, I mean, I'm kind of jack of all trades. I'll replace your toilet, or I'll, you know, some days I go out and they own a dog, like a pet place, so I go out and help out with that, and I kind of just do it on hold.
Hold on, are you married?
No.
Man, you would make some lady really happy.
Yeah, it seems like it's already started, doesn't it?
You're gonna make a good wife for some gal someday.
Yeah.
besides work, tell us a little bit about yourself. How old of a guy are you? We now know that you're single. You know where do you call home?
Still, I actually lived in Florida for a while, but now I'm back in Grand Forks. I'm 22. My brother, who's a year older than me, owns a house here in Grand Forks. So when I got back from Florida, I moved in with him, cheap rent, and it's great. I enjoy it. We got 2 other roommates, which are both buddies of mine. So we've been having fun, just kind of hanging out and watching sports. Like we were watching the hockey game on tonight and stuff. It's been going pretty well that way, for sure.
I won't say nothing.
All right, that's good.
So, how long were you in Florida? Or what were you doing in Florida then?
Well, I decided to pack my whole life into a U-Haul and just go and buy an apartment down there because we were racing down there and we had some sponsorship money and everything. So I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna get out of here for a little bit and get away from the snow and try that. But that was actually 2 winters ago now. So I've been back up in the tundra for a little while, but
Yeah.
it was fun. I had a blast. It was pretty funny. Rent was expensive, so it's actually kind of a funny story. I didn't get to look at the apartment before I moved in. It was in Orlando. I just kind of reserved it and whatever, and spur of the moment deal. I was like, oh, you know what? I had a midlife crisis at 21 years old.
That's a long ways from midlife, buddy. I'm just warning you now.
Well, I hope so. Anyhow.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I went down there and I'm signing in, getting my key card and everything to get into my apartment, my new apartment. And they go, well, here's your key and here's your card. And I was like, what? It was like a hotel card, looking.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this for? And they go, oh, this is for your beer. I said, what? They go, yeah, there's 40 ounces of free beer by the pool every day on tap. Just scan your card. I'm like, this might be a fun winter.
Jeez.
So,
it didn't suck. Like, I can see why I'm paying so much for rent now.
so was it at least good beer or to have some cheap thing on tap?
It was Coors Light or something. I don't know. I didn't much mind either way.
Yeah, it was literally free. You just had to swipe a card. It ain't like they didn't add it into the rent or nothing, I'm sure.
Yeah, beggars can't be choosers, they say.
Yeah. I've never heard of that in an apartment complex before.
Yeah, it was, there was the tap beer by the pool, and then there was a gym, and I think you know which direction I went most of the time.
Well, I'm sure you come back all buff and ripped.
Yeah, I'll have a couple and then swim my one lap at the end of the night.
Yeah.
I exercise today.
Well, how about, was there a Pepsi or a Diet Coke option on this tapper anywhere? Or is...
I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't know. What do they call that? Tunnel vision?
Yeah, there you go.
Focus. You were focused on what you needed or what you wanted.
How did racing go down there then?
Well, it was 2 years ago now. It was kind of awesome just for the fact that I had Danny Lasowski come and he spent most of the time with me and Todd Slocum, my crew chief, and we learned a lot. And it was kind of a deal where it seemed like right when we were getting a little bit faster, it was over, which kind of sucks. But because I have no half mile experience, we've really struggled at Knoxville. It's hard to. We're a family team, and we're trying to learn as much as we can, especially with this new tire and how much that stuff changes. But just having him around helped. I think we learned a lot about half-mile packages and stuff we can do there, and just getting to use some more laps was fun. And just having him around. I mean, he's an absolute legend, and he brought over. The one day he came over and introduced me, and he's like, hey, this is Brendan Mullen, this is my friend Ernie Irving. I was like, what? Yeah. So that portion of it was awesome. And my dad and his buddies came down, we all went to the Daytona 500, and then Lasowski got me tickets to go see the NHRA in Gainesville.
Okay.
He got me like a VIP pass to go sit in Tony Stewart's field.
You can't go wrong with that.
Hang out watch them tear down those motors and do all that cool stuff. I got to meet Tony, so it was a really fun winter down there in Florida.
Yeah, that's something that NHRA, when them boys strip them motors and rebuild them between runs.
And I mean, not a drop of oil either. It's insane. I mean, I can't even do an oil change on my motors without spilling shit everywhere.
Yeah, I've never gone to one of them. Me and my brother have talked about going like up to Brainerd sometime just to watch it.
Yeah, I did that deal too, and it is because going into it, you watch it on TV, and you're as a sprint car guy, you're kind of like, well, you know, it's not that cool. And then you go and you're walking up to it, and it's like it vibrates your sternum, like you're like,
oh yeah,
this is crazy. Like it was. I would recommend it to anybody for sure.
You watch them.
Anybody, yeah.
You watch
anybody that likes racing.
Yeah, you watch them YouTube videos of people film the first time buddy they bring along or whatever.
Yeah.
And you know,
yeah,
they jump.
That was me.
They don't even know what to do, you know.
Yeah, it's I have my dad's cousin that helps work on our sprint car team is pretty big into it. So he was the one that he works for Knife River, who's one of my sponsors.
Yep.
And he brought me to Brainerd for my first time ever, and he was like, I was kind of like, oh, this is just gonna be whatever, and he was like, oh, just you wait, you'll see, and then he was laughing in my face, but I was like, holy
crap!
Yeah, the video does not do it justice, that's for sure.
No, wow, you know they dropped the hammer on them things. What are they, 10,000 horse or something?
Yeah, I mean it's mind blowing.
0 to 300 mile an hour in 3 seconds.
Yeah,
it's like holy. How can your eyes even stay open to see what you're doing to even try to drive down the track? I mean,
I think they might just shut them.
It's
a mind blowing deal. Yeah, it's a mind blowing deal. That's for sure.
But
so yeah, that was awesome.
Yep.
Lasowski got me to really kind of experience that firsthand, and it was a great winter down there.
No, I've always said it always pays to know people.
Yeah.
You know, I've been to Vegas and Pennsylvania because I know somebody. You know.
Mm-hmm. And it was awesome.
It's really cool to do things like that.
Well, yeah. The reason that I know Danny was back in the day, my grandfather, who's the owner of my car and everything, he was involved in JD Byrider for Danny's sponsor when he won the Nationals, when Tony Stewart owned the car and everything. So he got to be, knowing Danny, and that's kind of how that all came apart. And then when I started racing, I got to meet him, and it's been good.
It's not what you know, it's who you know sometimes.
Well, yeah, it's definitely who I know, because I don't know much besides that.
So, racing around here, where do you all race?
We're in Grand Forks on Friday nights at River Cities, and then Huset's every Sunday, and then kind of wherever we can on Saturdays. Like we try to support the MSTS series. We got second in the points in that last year. Estenson had a great year. He won the deal, and just trying to support the Midwest with anything we can. I mean, obviously, River City's right being 5 minutes from my house. That's can't beat that on Friday nights.
No.
And then with how awesome the Queerings and the Johnson family and everybody that's involved in Huset's has been. I mean, that's easily my favorite place to race. I mean, it hasn't gone well for us so far this year, which sucks, but it's that's been awesome. So anytime that there's a sprint car on track at Huset's, we'd like to be there.
And how about last night? What was it, 9:30 or 9:45 we were done?
Well, actually, my night was done early too. So I don't even know, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, I saw the video this morning, and the racetrack looked like it was really racy, and looked like Randall and Tim's had a awesome show.
Put on a good show.
Yeah.
What happened to you last night?
So I guess it's a little hard to talk about, but I've been having these like kind of crazy panic attacks or something you could call them. where it's like I get in the car and it's like ears start ringing and a little dizzy and shit like that. Like they kind of come out of nowhere. So it happened in the heat race. Like I felt like I couldn't even drive the race car. It was very strange, and I don't know, it's been happening more often lately. So, I sat and told people last night that, we broke a rear end or something just to save face. But
Yep.
then I thought about it today, and I was like, I don't know why I'm going to sit and lie. And I'm like, you guys have a fairly big platform, and I don't mind being the one that has to, just admit stupid shit like that. I mean, it's racing stressful. It costs a lot of money. Everybody wants to do good. It's not working out all the time. So, yeah, I felt like I wasn't, in the right place to drive the car. And I mean, God forbid I go out and junk my shit, junk someone else's shit, or someone got hurt because I was being a dumbass and was being too stubborn to know when it's time to not. I don't think I could ever forgive myself for that. So it's just kind of one of those deals that it sucks, but it's a real feeling. I feel like, I don't know, it's fairly new, and what do you do like that?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, an anxiety attack, whatever you want to call it, that shit can get pretty serious.
Yeah, it's kind of like debilitating to an extent. So and I'm looking into like trying some different stuff to help figure it out. But yeah, it's like you saw my heat, like we timed in well, did great, and then all of a sudden going out for the heat, it was just like not right. I went from 3rd to 7th, which is unheard of. And on Friday night in Grand Forks, we got 7th, and I haven't finished outside of the top 5 in Grand Forks since I was like 17. So, some not right, but just got to work through it. And if I'm the dumbass that has to be the one to admit that shit sucks sometimes, I can eat that.
Well, I wouldn't call it being a dumbass. Yeah, I mean,
sometimes we can't control what our body does. To me, you're being smart, not being a
absolutely.
dumbass. So
I mean, put it out there so in case there's more people out there with it having the anxiety.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it too. It's I'm sure there is more people out there that have that type of thing, and I'm cool with being the guy that helps someone else out, because this racing deal's tough. It's stressful. We all work our asses off. I mean, we all got normal jobs during the week, and then it's another 60 hours in the shop, and plus everything else, so.
Yeah. And maybe somebody else has experienced what you're going through, and maybe they can reach out to you and say, hey, have you tried this?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, so.
it could help both ways.
There's another guy that I know too, just all of a sudden now he gets motion sickness.
Yeah.
Never had that before. Couldn't drive all the way to Sioux Falls. He'd have to stop and get out of the vehicle.
Yeah, it's, stuff happens. It's pretty brutal, but yeah, I don't mind kind of, I wasn't going to bring it up, but then I thought to myself, like, why wouldn't you? Who cares?
Yeah.
Like it's
it's
kind of one of those deals.
The body does weird, stupid things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try to see like maybe like a sports psychologist or someone, just to like on race days, like something like that.
Yeah.
We'll maybe, just try to get a little bit of a better mindset.
And maybe it ain't, it might not even be that. It could just be something to it, because if it doesn't bother you any other time than when you're way excited, you got too much adrenaline or something going, and it's just, it could be a medical condition. Who knows? I sure as hell don't know.
So if we were doctors, we would be dangerous.
I figured that I would talk to you guys and it would be fixed.
You give us a little time, we'll come up with an answer. But
we can sure give you a lot of shit. I don't think it's gonna maybe help you, but
I got Dr. Google right here. Let's type it in.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen that doctor.
But hey, who knows? Maybe just opening up about it, and and that might relieve it right there too. I mean, the brain works in freaking weird ways. So.
Well, you've seen it many times that sometimes, especially as sprint car drivers, we're all adrenaline junkies. Like sometimes you just need a break, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's we're all dumb
dumbasses for even being involved in this thing in the first place. Like, that's right out of the way.
Hey, but we really appreciate it because we get to watch it. So.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, no
But
kidding.
once you get started, you can't stop, right?
No, it gets in your blood, and it's
Yeah,
like a drug, man. You're
oh,
just addicted.
Then it's over.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's yeah.
How
It's been a little tough. We're out of the points at UCITS. We're still in the points in NOSA, but I mean, it's obviously not the start of the season. I've been in a couple crashes that are of no fault of my own. One was with Blaine Seneca the one week where I kind of just drove over him, and
yeah.
I won't say names about what we had happen with that 6-car pileup the other night in UCITS, but yeah, it's just not been the start of the year that we want, and haven't won a race in a while, and I'm ready to get the monkey off the back for sure.
Yeah. And I was talking to Dave Lunster last night, and they ain't having the year they were hoping for. The 2 previous weeks, the steering gear broke.
Yep.
So their old one broke, then the brand new one broke. Then last night, I'm assuming it blew up last night.
Yeah, that motor tossed the valve last night. I was talking to Tim after the races.
Yeah.
He was like, "F this, man. I'm not getting it." He's like,
"This you're not the only one having a run of bad luck." I mean, that's just.
I was like, I agree. This has not been perfect.
Yeah, that's just. Well, that's part of the beast too.
The 3 team has been fast as hell when they want it. Like when it's been going on, like the show in Fargo with the Outlaws. He was doing great, and I mean, you guys obviously know Tim Kading. He's the funniest dude in the world.
Oh yeah, can't get him on our damn show, but he's hilarious.
Yeah, and Dave too. Dave Lunster's awesome, and like when I got into Blaine that one week, Dave came over and he was like, "Hey, what happened there?" I was like, "Oh, I just plain drove over your car." He goes, like, "That's what I thought too."
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, I had a brain fart.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're all good people. For sure.
Are you gonna be coming down for the High Banks then?
Yes, sir. 100%.
You bet.
I think we're gonna do that Sunday and then just stay down in Sioux Falls for the week. We got a camper right there at the racetrack, so that should be fun. Like, and that golf tournament. Me, Sam Henderson, Chris Traum, and Ryan Timms are gonna golf in the golf tournament together, and so that should be a great day. And because Chris Traum is actually a really good golfer, he's
sure.
Like,
so Chris is golfing and you guys are drinking.
Yeah, well, I'm just
the ones that are legal.
I'm more of just a cart driver, but we'll see if I can.
Driver.
I can't seem to drive many things anymore, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe they'll just hook me up with a rope and drag me around.
Well, there'll be no laugh at the Hogan's Garage team.
Yeah.
No picking on us or making fun of us, because
that would, I don't know how they do it. Do they have 2 foursomes golf together?
Yeah, it's like kind of staggered, I think. I mean, the first year there was way more people than it was last year, but it's still a really fun day. Like they do all sorts of things, like one shot or one hole you can gamble, and then one hole it's like 10 grand to win a hole in one. That's how it was last year anyway. So they got people out there selling drinks and doing the fun stuff, taking pictures, and when you get there they have like a hard putt on the putting green and the winner gets like a free putter or something. I think it was last year. Yeah. And then they do a long drive contest for all of us drivers, and I hit mine about 8 yards, so that didn't go great. It's just a fun day, and the high banks and all that is kind of my favorite week of the whole year, honestly, because well, besides the trailer almost being completely drowned.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, last year was not. We're gonna have a lot better year this year.
Yeah, I was swimming underneath it trying to get everything hooked up so the tractor could tow us out. But yeah, all my buddies, my brother and family, and they all come stay at Grand Falls in the casino there and party and gamble and with the rain last year we had an opportunity to go over there and just kind of chill out and have fun with that, and it's a great week. They do UCITS does such a good job of, kind of
Yeah.
making sure that everybody's doing good. Like they give us drivers, if you sign up, if you pre-register, they give us free pit passes for the week, and they do an awesome job. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Well,
Should be
isn't there
fun.
a hog roast and stuff at the track
Oh,
after
yeah.
the golf tournament, right?
Yeah, well, the first year they did like that fan fest right after the golf tournament. So all of us drivers came halfway stumbling back into the fan fest. Fans like, these sprint car drivers must be a bunch of drunks. But yeah, they do an awesome job with events and stuff for the fans. Like Doug had, I was doing trailer tours for some people and stuff like that. So it's really cool. It's really, really cool.
That's awesome.
Oh,
How long of a ride is that from Grand Forks down to here?
We plan for 5 hours. It's like around 4.5, but we always stop at the Coffee Cup on the way down just because the fuel's cheaper and you got a bite to eat on our way down. But
yep.
yeah, we plan for about 5 hours. We leave Grand Forks here on a Sunday around, I don't know, probably anywhere from 10 to 10:30 kind of, and then depending on when the races get over, like last week would have been awesome because we were done so early, but some nights it's 11, and
Yep.
then obviously when we wreck, you got to put the car back together to get it in the trailer, and we get home at night anywhere from 3:30 in the morning to 5 in the morning, something like that.
Yikes.
Which I mean, kudos to my dad because he does all the driving. I don't have my CDL yet, so
So you stay up with him then at least?
You don't have it for a reason, you're saying.
Hell no, I go right to sleep. Thank you very much. He's got Mountain Dew and Cheetos and shit. He'll be all right.
And I only got to drive about 45 minutes maybe to get home. Not even, probably 40 minutes to get home. And I take 2 hours off in the morning. I don't go in till 9.
Yeah, it's Monday morning at 9 going to work is not fun. That's for sure.
Yeah.
No,
But
good thing you're young.
He's a business owner, so he can kind of maybe sleep in a little more. And then
Sure.
I've been taking Mondays off lately, and then my crew chief Todd Slocum, he's retired now. He was an engineer for Caterpillar up here for a long time. Super smart guy, and he retired now, so he rides back with us, and we have kind of a shop house that we park the trailer in the wintertime, just so we don't have to winterize everything.
Yep.
And he stays there, and he takes a day off, and then like me and him today, I had today off, so we maintenance the car and get everything done on a Monday most days. And he actually went home this week just because he had to mow his grass because it looks like rain up here. He's got a house in Fargo, so he's got to do the homeowner stuff at least one day a week. And then since he's been retired, he brings his laundry up to Grand Forks and works his ass off for me for free. So that's awesome.
Yeah, jeez.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, can't beat it.
Why number 11?
When I was, everybody always asks if I'm a Denny Hamlin fan. I'm not, first of all. Let's get that clear. When I was picking my number for go-karts way back in the day, I was born on the 11th, so it was just easy. And that's what I picked, and that's just what it's always been.
Okay.
There's really not a whole lot of thought behind it or anything I do, but
sometimes that makes life simpler.
And
yes.
Who are all your sponsors?
So I got Knife River, which have been great. Knife River, Simplot. Gosh, I haven't won in a while, so I'm not very rehearsed in doing this.
Hey, that's why I had them written down at the beginning.
Yeah, you probably know. You could probably go through the cadence better than I can, but yeah, it's Gana Corners, Your Vision Construction. There's Tire One, Valvoline, Mark Ellingson and his family. There's Bergstrom Electric, who've been with us for a long time. Same with Simplot. They've been awesome. Actually, Greg Parent just came on board with our team, so that's great. I mean, he's an awesome guy that does, as you know, a ton for racing. Auto Finance Supercenter, which is my dad's car dealership up here. Gosh, I'm bad at this. Bosch Enterprise, Mark Williams, and Wade Nygaard. That's their landscaping company up here, as well with my grandpa. There's with any race team, I'm sure there's a ton of good people that go into this whole deal, and you just can't do it without them. So I hope I'm not forgetting anybody, but it's we
won't tell them if you don't. what is Simplots?
Simplot is a huge potato grower. They do a ton of manufacturing for like McDonald's, fries, stuff like that. Like they're very big, and they're actually kind of nationwide in the potato business. But we have a plant up here in Grand Forks, so I know one of the guy that I'm hooked up with through there. His name is Scott Lund. They have a great family. They love racing. Supported us for years. So. Yeah.
So does that mean you can hook us up with some bags of
I'll throw a potato at you.
At home?
What'd you say? I missed that. Sorry.
He's just being a dumbass.
Me too.
That's a theme song for our show. I thought maybe you hook us up with some bags of French fries from McDonald's then before they go there.
Yeah, that'd be about. I'll ship you a potato.
Okay. You don't have to ship it. Just bring it along.
It'll come in the mail, and you'll be like, "What the hell?"
What is Knife River?
I know what that is.
You know?
No.
Yeah, they're huge. No, Knife River is they do like a lot of ready mix plants. They have a ton of stuff going on. Like the guy that I'm my dad's cousin Tommy, he's involved with the ready mix plants, and they're involved with Road to Rail. They do just a ton of stuff like that, kind of.
Huge operation, but I knew what that one was. That's kind of what I'm about.
They just bought someone else out. I'm not really sure, but yeah, they are a killer company. All the employees that I've met from there have been awesome. Like they gave me some free shirts and stuff like that, and they've been awesome to work with. So yeah,
you need to get rainbow nut butter like Reese Moran on your car. They sent us a care package, and
really,
what was the one that we had?
Checkered
flag, and that had all kinds of stuff in it.
It's got M&Ms and Chex Mix and granola clusters, and it's not peanut butter for your toast.
The next one we're going to try is brownie peanut butter.
Well, we're going to open that bad boy up then between shows tonight. Just leave it sit here. We'll get a spoon.
That looks really good. So, but
yeah, it was actually, it's pretty funny. So, you know that shitty coolers sponsor?
Yep.
I was down in, when I was at the 500 in Florida, we were sitting at a Hooters, and they were talking about how they had their name on a car for the 500, and I was like, oh, that's really cool, really cool. I didn't even mention I raced because they gave me a free beer, and it was just cool chatting with the guys. Me and my dad were standing there, and we were, obviously enjoying the views.
I've noticed a reoccurring theme here to this free beer. I don't know how you keep getting that.
Free beer and good views.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was standing, I met all those guys and whatever, and I didn't even mention sponsorship or something. And then I saw they came out with, I forget who it was at the time, that they got involved in sprint car racing. I was like, damn it, I should have.
You missed an opportunity.
I should have been like, hey, I'm that kid that was on the pole. Do you ever see that?
Yeah.
Good advertising.
I'm not going to lie. I've reached out to Shitty Coolers to see if they would sponsor our podcast, but we must be too shitty.
That's always something. So, going back to like the plans for the summer, obviously we're hoping to get your deal figured out, but you're coming to the High Banks and the rest of the year. You got any traveling at all involved in the rest of the year? Or pretty much just staying in North Dakota and Huset's.
Well, we're gonna try to keep doing whatever the MSTS wants to do with some of that stuff, and then I mean, I really want to go race the nationals in Knoxville, but I'm probably just gonna try see funding wise if we can make it to the 360 nationals. I got one 360 left, so there's really no 360 racing around anymore for us.
No, not much.
Which sucks, but I mean, it's got so expensive. It's more expensive than running a 410. It's insane. So we kept one. I'm hoping to do that. And then we're going to go out probably to Cedar Lake at the end of the year there and do that deal. It's kind of a little less traveling than we've done in previous years, which is okay, you know, but, yeah, it's kind of our normal deal. We'll keep going around the Midwest, support our local stuff as much as possible, do what we want. And it is a little freeing now that, you know, it's not like we got third in the points at Houston's last year. And I think I'm sitting like 20th right now. I mean, we're out. I mean, Caleb's going to walk away with that thing again. It looks like from how the start of the season is going. I mean, their stuff is badass. And then
has he been outside the top 5 yet this year?
No, I don't think so. I mean, he's been awesome, and like up here in North Dakota, Jade Hastings has been a killer. I mean, in Grand Forks, he's untouchable. Mark Dahmeyer is kind of the king of Grand Forks up here, and Jade's been putting a lap on everybody. He's been awesome as hell. I mean, just driving perfect races, and their car just seems to get better and better. So we're all chasing that a little bit, and yeah, we're just kind of out of the points, but I'm just hoping to get in victory lane here pretty soon.
Absolutely.
It's been too long for sure.
You got to win one of them MSTS shows, because I hear you get a really cool hat if you win that.
Well, they did the MSTS points deal at the Houston's banquet last year, and they gave out like a super cool trophy with like a picture of the car on it, and so they do a good job with all that
you
stuff.
just need to win a feature, then you get a nice hat.
Yeah, see, this year you get a really cool hat that might say Hoagie's Garage on it if it's MSTS.
Hey, perfect. So yeah, I like that. Hey, maybe one of these days I could be the one sitting on top of the mule after a Houston show with you guys.
There you go. We would love that. We would love that.
We'll give you one of the winner's cookies.
There you go.
Oh, perfect. Awesome.
All right. Well, Brendan, thanks so much for coming on and just chit-chatting with us. And, we hope you get things figured out and, wish you the absolute best.
Thank you, guys. Hopefully I'll see you soon, I'm sure.
All right. Sounds good.
Take care.
Thanks, fellas.
Bye-bye. Push the button, bud.